This is what I do. I train people how to fight with ancient arms and armour as authentically as possible. I've always been fascinated by how these weapons were used and the place they have in our history.
Just how effective were they in the heart of battle?
I'm going to put these medieval weapons to the test and discover how they helped forge our history on the battlefield. The knight in shining armour is the most enduring and evocative image of the medieval period. His armour is a vibrant reminder of an age when warriors were encased in steel, and the man himself became the weapon. At the height of its evolution, armour reached a peak of artistic achievement, a unique sculptural medium that made the knight look splendid, intimidating, invulnerable.
It was a triumph of technological achievement, and its development was inextricably linked to that of other weapons of war.
Throughout history, armour and weapons have competed in an arms race. One designed to protect the warrior from attack, the other intent on his destruction. At no time in medieval history was this contest more fierce than on the bloody battlefields of the 100 Years' War. For almost a century, English archers reigned supreme. Their arrow storms decimating the enemy, wiping out wave after wave of French cavalry. The quest was on to make the knight wholly invulnerable. And in 1424, outside the little French town of Verneuil, the English archers got a terrible shock. Here, they encountered a cavalry force whose armour was of such quality that it rendered their bows impotent. It was arrow-proof. This was a dramatic moment in the development of plate armour. But plate armour like this hadn't always been around. For almost 2,000 years, warriors had protected themselves with armours made from small iron rings. People often call it chainmail, but in the Middle Ages it was known simply as mail.
The word chainmail's misleading anyway. Look, this is a chain, just single links, that's what a chain is. Whereas mail is much more sophisticated than that. We get our word mail from the Latin word milum, and what it is an extremely complex web of interlinked metal rings, each locked with an iron rivet.
The Bayeux tapestry shows mail as the universal armour for warriors on both sides. Mail was particularly effective at protecting the knight against glancing blows.
In a battlefield situation, the man you're fighting is going to be a moving target, so that he's moving away as you strike him. So you're only managing to get a glancing blow off the mail, and in those circumstances, the mail is perfectly adequate protection.
In order to defeat Mail, the attacker had to deliver an extremely heavy blow.
We need to place heavy blows judiciously. We don't want to expend all our energy with every single move that we make. We will tire far too quickly. So, for instance, if I strike at my cello and he moves away, then I've wasted a lot of energy there. I've missed him, I've become vulnerable. I need to make sure that my heavy blows can have effect, so that if he comes at me, then now I can get it, because I disabled him for a moment. This is the blow that counts, and I can crack that down under his back with full force. Whether the Mail fails or not is not the central question. Here, putting a full body whack into him there, the shock is going to transmit through to the body, and I'm going to disable his fighting capacity.
Mail was relatively lightweight and flexible, an ideal defense for a mobile knight. But innovations in mounted warfare meant that Mail had to withstand ever more powerful attacks. Most armies had similar types of armour, their defences effectively balancing each other out. But as weapons and tactics constantly developed, so too armour had to adapt in an arms race that was to change the face of war. In the 12th century, there was a revolution in military tactics. Cavalry were equipped with weapons capable of punching through mail. From the 12th century, the mounted knight became a force to be reckoned with. His weapon of first attack was the lance, capable of delivering tremendous impact. Against it, the mail of the early medieval period stood little chance. In order for the soldier to survive, armour simply had to evolve. Armourers had lost ground in the medieval arms race, but not for long. A technological breakthrough would eventually shift the balance of power.